First trick is enemies are attracted to sound, and you can take advantage of this in a couple different ways like he does. He attacked the wall making a sound, and the enemy on the other side heard the sound and just stared at the wall while he snuck around for a free backstab. Second is a horse trick. Did you know big enemies can hurt each other with their attacks? You can really abuse this by circling around and weaving through them. Third tip is about rainbow stones. Rainbow stones are little glowing rocks you'll find in this game. You can drop these off of ledges to find out if a fall is deadly. If it breaks, the fall will kill you, and if it lands safely, then feel free to jump. You will not get hurt. On fourth trick, you can completely change your direction mid-air with the double jump your horse. This is most useful when you're attempting to go down from a large cliff with your horse. If you make a mistake, you can save yourself with a double jump. You can also use this double jump redirection technique to reach areas directly underneath you like. Fifth tip is iframes. While mounting your horse, this is surprisingly useful because boss fights on horseback in the overworld will frequently result in you getting thrown off your horse mid-fight. With these iframes, remounting is actually safer than you might think, so feel free to mount up quickly even if there's an attack coming down. Next tip is the horse jump pads or spirit springs. Everyone knows that you can use these to jump high and get to the top of cliffs, but I think a lot of people don't realize that you can do the reverse and jump onto them from the top and not take fall damage. If you knock an enemy off of their horse, you can do a finisher on them while they're lying on the ground, and the coolest way to do this is by parrying them on the horse. On this tip, you maybe noticed that sometimes when an enemy attacks your shields, they'll bounce off of it, giving you a huge opening to keep guard counter, but other times they just keep attacking. Well, it turns out that this can be influenced by your shield. Most strong attacks on medium shields will not be deflected, but if you upgrade to a great shield, suddenly a lot more attacks will bounce off. On the ninth tip, did you know that you can actually just hold down the D-pad to instantly switch to whatever's in the first slot? So just put your heating flask in slot 1 and you're set. Even when fights get chaotic. On that same note, you can also do this with spells by holding up the D-pad to switch to whatever is the first spell you currently have memorized. At number 10, we have enemies with glowing eyes. Have you noticed that enemies with glowing eyes drop 5 times more runes than other enemies? So whenever you see one of these guys, it's worth going out of your way to get them, especially if they're the bigger enemy. Next trip is on grab attacks. If you ever get grabbed by an enemy, mash the buttons or triggers on your controller to get out faster. It's easier to just alternate the left and right triggers, but the face buttons work too. But if it's something that does multiple tricks of damage, it'll probably work. Sometimes when you kill an enemy, white souls will shoot out of them. This is actually there to let you know that the enemy just dropped an item. This is especially useful for farming. 13th trick is to make sure you don't roll in poison areas. You'll actually get covered in poison while doing this. Once this happens, your poison meter will continue to go up, even after you've stepped out of whatever goo you were just walking through. This is a punishment for trying to dodge away. Do you know demi-human enemies, if you kill it, the smaller ones will stop attacking and surrender even if you hit them. They just won't fight back. Did you know you can do actions beside climbing on ladders? You can attack on ladders by pressing R1 to attack above and R2 to attack below you. You can also heal on ladders. Both are very situational, but you'd be surprised how often lighter shenanigans can happen from soft games. And the last trick is that you can land on breakable objects. If you initiate your jump far enough away, you can use this to get somewhere you weren't supposed to. I encourage everyone to mess around with this and see where the jump button takes them. This is all I have for you today. I hope this video will help you in improving your game. If it does, please do tell me in the comments below. And now, take care and I'll see you in the next one.